Hello, hello, hello. Oh god. Okay. Right, let's get started. Let's just jump right into it. We were doing this yesterday, we're doing it today. We're building a factory building. For some reason my computer has been struggling with Minecraft the last 2 days. It's been very choppy, but overall we'll just get to building it. Let's do that. Get some frames in, get some pillars done. That should be good. And then over it. Do I want it to be flat walls? Do I want it to stick out a little bit? I'm gonna have these stick out. Although no, I can't. Can't. We'll make some overhangs if necessary, but for now we'll do that. Boom. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Go all the way in here as well. Let's do something along those lines. So that is gonna be good. Then we'll do the same for here, I guess. No, you know what? No, we'll keep that just like we've done over here. We'll keep the sticky outy bits without a frame. So we'll do that. We'll grab some layered stuff. Layered deep slate. Maybe use slabs. Like so. Sure. Hello, Eldritch. Or Eldritch. Welcome in. How you doing? How are you doing? That's not correct. No, those aren't correct. Those should be that. Okay. I'm kind of tempted to do something like this as well. But then this doesn't look as good, and you know what, we might as well do block of industrial iron and then some panels and do something like that. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay. Then I feel like before we even do anything else, we should get the roofs, like the shapes at least, in place. An alien of some sort will be appearing to you shortly. Ooh, you're getting a visit from an alien? Nice. James, welcome in as well. How you doing? How are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna use mangrove slabs just because we can to kind of figure out the... No, let's not do mangrove because I'm gonna be using mangrove for the roof. She's cracking down on my location. Yeah, you gotta be careful. They see everything. Something like that, and then we'll do 2. which... Wait, what? Huh? Why does that feel like it's not centered? It's an alien from Australia? Ooh. Yeah, what? Huh? I don't get... Oh, I see. Never mind. It is centered. I just added a block too much. Never mind. My mistake. Something along those lines is perfect, I guess. Maybe... Nah, I like that rounding better. You know what we should be doing? Even though we're, because I know what blocks we're going to be using, so why not just use them? Boom. There we go. Yeah, that's a nice little arch. Nice little arch. And then grab you with some of you. Okay. Oh, I need to... I know he just finished streaming, but I need to do a little message to him. Okay, let's do that. And we continue. We continue. Stair, slab. Trying to match it up to the other side. That's 4, and I think this one is 5, right? Yes. Alright, that's good. That's good. Ba-da-ba-bum. Got some of those going. A little archway, and then we'll have like a flat top on this. So I kind of just want to do... maybe not that. Maybe we go... something along these lines. I'll just have like a slab in here. Right. There you go. Hello, bench. Welcome in. How you doing? Little flat top. We'll decorate the redstone on there in a second. Now for this, I don't want to... do we go arch for the big building and then high top for... I think that's the way to go. Because if I do a hot like an A-frame on this side, that's going to be huge. Right, because it's roughly the same size as this. And I don't think I put any A-frames on big build. Yeah, see. Kind of just... we would have to make up for it with another little building then. Just thinking. where I would put another A-frame. Maybe I could have... Hello? Got rage. It's me. Oh, no, that's a different camera. I need to change that camera. But hey, welcome. It's me again. Welcome in. How you doing, mister? Welcome in. How are you doing? What were you doing? What were you working on? What were you guys working on? That's gonna be annoying, but fine. Doing stuff for throwing and dragon. Ooh, right. I was at that at the end. That was fun. That seemed fun. Supporter serve is always fun, but also, I don't want to spend my time running one. It was hilarious. I can't. Having played with Thrall-Ash, I can't imagine it being hilarious. I can imagine. Down. Oh, you guys are from Thrall-Ash's community, so I assume you guys like TCGs or card games. Because if you do like him, you're in the right spot. Not that I have a lot of experience with card games, but enjoy watching them. Haven't played them myself. Oh, look at this. I've been working on a card game myself. For Create. Well, not Create. This is mostly for my world, but... I've been making cards in-game, and we've got starter decks. So we're making a factory right now to make our decks, or at least we've done all the technical stuff yesterday, and now we're kind of building, making a building. But if you come over here, you get like a starter deck, right? Let me clear my inventory, because otherwise all of these are gonna flop over the floor. You grab a starter deck, you open it, you get 40 cards. You get 40 cards. Most of them are dedicated to the deck, and then other ones are random. And we've got the same for packets. These are not the final textures yet, but yeah, been working on those. I was literally just telling my stream I want to eventually possess it for building knowledge. Practice. It's not knowledge, although I do like that tower. It's very much just trying things and then figuring out your style, I guess I would call it. In the early stages, better than I was. Dude, that's such a good feeling when you realize that you're growing in something. Is such a good like vibe, you know. So that will. I'm trying to right now. I'm balancing. So you see how in this building we have some A-frame houses, right? But then we also have these arches because these buildings are too wide to have an A-frame on them. In this building, I feel like I got a good balance of both. But here, it's gonna turn out to be way too many of these barrel shaped, right? So I'm trying to add a couple more outcroppings to kind of balance out that barrel a little bit. That's what I'm working on right now, because this is going to be a barrel as well, except if we were to stretch this out, which we could do. Like nothing, even though it's empty, it's still going to look good. Really, as my builds are now less, it's a block. Hey, that looks neat. That's nice. That's the good stuff. Next step is diagonals. Honestly, people think diagonals are scary. They're not. It's the same thing that you're doing on a straight edge, just slanted. And sure, sometimes you gotta like think outside of the box a little bit. Pun intended. But overall, it's the same thing that you're doing on the straight build. my steps, and this is kind of what I'm doing, is get a frame in, fill in the frame with whatever block that you think. Because if you can make it look good in wool, right? If it can not look good, if it looks interesting in a plain block like wool, it'll look interesting when it's fully built up. So getting a frame in, then you do all of your, like, I call it breaking up the shape, right? Getting all the like your little bits in, getting your roofs in, getting rid of that rectangular shape most of the time. And then lastly, you put in your colors. The colors, the block choice is the last thing that you do. So I would go for like the chimneys and stuff. I would do that earlier than getting all the white blocks in. That's usually how I do it. At least when I'm planning stuff. If I do it on the fly, honestly, watching you guys on the chase buildings. Yeah, I feel like we got a good mix of technical and aesthetic, like technical builders and aesthetic builders on the server. Okay, so you see how that's now flat. You can not distinguish between the lower wall and the upper wall. You want to break that up. So a way to do that, the easiest way to do that is finish your roofs. So if I go in here, right, and I get this little trim in, done, get that in, you're going to see how suddenly you can distinguish between those two. And then once you get like the actual roof bit in, it's going to be even, then you're going to see the depth as well. Let's figure out, I know this is an even build, which, you know, not ideal, but we work with non-ideals all of the time, so should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah, no, I'm waiting for Trollash to have time so we can test play the game, because he has a lot more experience playing TCGs than anyone I know. So one day we'll be able to play it, test it, and then once it's tested, when the final textures are in, we are going to be right mega builds and aesthetic builds to watch next one for learning. Yeah, that's true. Once the final textures are in, I plan to release it so that people can play it on their machines. It'd be fun that if we ever do a season 2 on Just Create, I can port over the card game as well so that we can play on the server. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Welcome in, bot. How are you doing? How are you doing? Okay, there we go. Boom. Stick those in there. You look familiar. Oh, bot. I'd assume he's also a Trollish regular. Okay, so got that shape in. It's good, and then we're gonna get our A-frames on these. Boom. I need to figure out a new way of doing roofs, because I've been doing these the same way for years now. I need to try some stuff out. On the other hand, if it ain't broken, don't change it. But then again, you know, might not have to. The big problem is that the current city I'm working on just lends itself so well to. Is this guy even as well? No. It just lends itself so well to these styles of roofs. So I'm in a bit of a prickle, like a little bit of a dilemma. Little bit of a dilemma. There we go. Gonna ring that over so that we can match it up on this side as well. There we go. And this is the moment where you start seeing it become a building. Is once the shapes of the roofs are in, is when I'm going like, yep, that's a factory, or that's a house, or that's a whatever you're building. There we go. We have so much space in these buildings that I am never going to use. So much space. That is good. And then we'll have like a smaller. I do need to kind of figure out. A roof does make a build. Yes, that's true. It's a bit simple. But you know, some people don't even bother. Which they've just put on like a flat A-frame, or they put on just like, I don't know, they don't even look at it. Again, it's gonna be a little low on this end, but we'll make that work. Cap that off. And there we go. Those are all the roof shapes for building A. For building B, ooh, a kind of, do you do a flat roof on this side? Do we just go flat? You could go flat. Let this stick out a little bit. I guess it, yeah, but this thing is with, you're talking to somebody who refuses to do interiors for, I'm very much the MMO RPG, no, just an RPG style builder, where if it's a building that I'm going to be in a lot of the time, I'll put an interior in it. But if it's just a building that's either a factory like this is, the factory is the interior, you know? The factory is the interior. Okay, maybe it needs a little more space, but maybe it needs a little more, like a little more sprinkle of something. But if it's just like a building and off in the distance, I'm not putting an interior in it. I got other videos to make. I have other videos to make. I gotta be posting once a week, otherwise YouTube gets angry. And if YouTube gets angry, ooh, that's not good. Gotta keep the views up, otherwise YouTube, the Papa YouTube doesn't like you anymore. looking buildings, but I haven't not got the eye for interiors. Oh, same thing, dude. Oh god, it's so finicky. It's so hard to get to fill in a thing, a space that is not designed to have something in it. I kind of, this is my thing with interiors. I like building from the inside out, like the farms. I build a farm first, and then I build a building around it. And interiors are like the opposite. You build the building first, and then you build the interior in the building. I don't like it. That's gonna be one square box, and might not be perfect. Burnout. Yeah, probably. Okay, so we've been building a city. I don't know if you've seen it. We've been building a city in my survival world, and none of the houses have interiors. They're all pretty empty. And I've been dabbling with the idea of putting the houses up on a server and like having people design the interior for me, so I can just paste them in. You know, like a community project. Okay. It's a bit off. Maybe we stick this out a little bit, just to break up that flat wall, because it's horrible at the moment. Okay, and then we'll put in a little archway over here. That's a great, amazing idea. Yeah, I've noticed that Flip does it, and their community likes it. But he also has like almost 2 million subscribers and a community Discord that is about half that size. So he's got the means and I don't, or at least not currently. Okay, what are we thinking? That does help that wall. Now over here, the problem is that we were planning a road in here. We could shift the road, but then we kind of stick out over there. And what I could do, just to break up the flatness of the wall, first of all, we're going to put in windows, right? What I could do is have like some AC units just sticking out there, right? Just to break it up while still keeping it pretty compact. And then over here we could do something along those lines. And then we'll put in this. We'll just put in some windows that are sticking out a little bit. I like the idea, but I don't think I have the community to kind of do it. Maybe once the community grows a little bit, we can figure things out. We can figure things out. Do that. You know, we'll get some, instead of doing these guys diagonal supports, we'll go old school with, not old school, this is actually a pretty new thing that I figured out, but that is pretty good. I only figured that out during the creator, during Just Create, because we didn't have diagonal supports. But you can get these to do pretty much everything. There you go. And that's just gonna look a bit more sturdy. Then we'll do another flat roof on this. Right. See, that already helps a ton. It's this wall. I'm not bothered by this wall. This I'm gonna have to break up either way, but I'm not bothered by this because it's like in an alleyway and we've got all the things passing through. I don't know. Oh, this is even as well. Oh god. Well, time to expand it by one. Well, time to get you back. Let's do that. Do I have replaced by red wool? Replaced by air. I've got it somewhere in here. Okay, never mind. Hello, Kiko. Welcome in. How you doing? How are you doing? From an exterior? Yes, we're building up the exterior of the factory. Just because my brain is not gonna like me when I do it this way, I'm gonna move that guy over one so that it's symmetrical. And then I do need to replace you. Okay. So we're still filling up. We are still filling up. That's good. Right. Ready. Good. Good. And now it's padding. Let me... What's happening? Why did my music stop? Go. That'll be good. If Copycats Plus has those 1 pixel walls, why not make it one type of block on the outside? Which you'll even have the gap in between for hiding. You could do that, yeah. I have a backpack model I made a while ago. Textures are awful. Can't do pixel art, but the model itself is pretty nice. I don't need a backpack, I think. I don't think I need a backpack. Or at least not right now. Because we have backpacks, we have sophisticated backpacks installed. And whatever you do with card storage is kind of your own choice. I did like the texture that DK sent in the Discord yesterday, but I think it's gonna be too detailed for the Minecraft to get a Minecraft feel out of it. Too high res, yeah, kind of. But if you get something similar than that, I did like the shape. I would have to figure out how to create a shape like that, or at least a model file for it. But I mean, we can tinker, you know. We can tinker. Square textures have 11. I thought it was like a. I'm not the. Okay, shape is. I know, but I meant like the dimensions of the box where you have like it's not a cube. It's a bit of a slab, you know. So I would have to figure out how to do something like that. Okay, I mean, we gotta do something about this wall, dude. I'm gonna do something similar to that. We just have like the upper floor sticking out a little bit. You know what we could do? This is gonna be, might be a little tricky, but what we could do is if we shave this in a little bit. Make that an uneven number of blocks wide. We can have something like this, and then have another A-frame. It's kind of gonna break through that. Just to break up this arch a little. By the way, I heard Hightail quite generic, but also Hightail has to be careful. What? What? Hypixel? What? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand your sentence. I liked Hightail though. Played it a little bit. See, doing that. Yeah, see, that is good. I like that. I like that sticky outy bit. That's a good sticky outy bit right there. And I will do like a large windows over here somehow. That's a good sticky outy bit. I love a good sticky outy bit. Oh god, the sticky outy bits are the best. I don't know who says that a lot. I know certain creators do it a lot. Is it MrBeardstone? I know he says it. Hypixel made a Minecraft-ish games, aka Hightail. Saying Mojang might be angry. Nah, they're good. It's never gonna be the same. The whole premise of the game is different, so they're not gonna do anything. Honestly, if I was Mojang, I'd be highly supportive of it. I'd be over the moon that your game inspired somebody else to create another game. Are we liking that? It could be worse. I don't know if I like... No, I kind of like it. It's good. I'd be so stoked that my game inspired somebody else to make another game. By the way, did your base your stronghold and just create after? Wait, did I base my stronghold? What stronghold? What stronghold are we talking about? You're saying things and I don't know what you're referencing. My brain is fried. It's not a you thing, it's a me problem. But it's a problem nonetheless. I think I need to tear down my whole starting area. Sometimes you just gotta start again, dude. Sometimes you just have to. It's fine. I have a bar next to a shopping district. That's fine. And that's okay. If you can't have a bar next to a shopping district, what can you do? What can you do? The structure that you made in Just Create Season 1. It was a stronghold-like structure you made in a game. A player. Oh, the dungeon. Yeah. What's the question about dungeon? If I created it after something, no. I made it myself. In like tutorials, sometimes you gotta tear down 5 hours of logistics just to upgrade. Yeah, exactly. Posting your schematics in Discord servers only for subs. I like that idea, but I don't have any schematics that I want to post right now. I saw your message and I get it, but there's two things with that. First of all, none of the games that I have made are at a standard where I want to share them. I don't want to... If I share something, I don't want to have to troubleshoot anything, right? That way... So basically, I want it to work perfectly. And if it doesn't work perfectly, I'm not going to share it, right? So it needs to be like perfectly troubleshooted. That's why I didn't share the dungeon schematics, because it wasn't up to par, up to my standards, right? Okay, share the arena. I'll share that schematic, which is just the bare bones. Once I know that the game is functional, that it works the way I intend it to work, and that the rules are up to par, and then I'll share it. That's kind of my strategy, my idea of like, right? Something needs to work. What people always ask for, like farm schematics and like build schematics, and in that point I'm like, yeah, but you could also just try and figure it out. You know the mechanics, right? We've shown you how to make dye multiple times. You crush a bunch of leaves and plants and you get dye. Try and figure it out yourself, right? Only inside and then the full arena once it works? No, the full arena, the building itself is something you'll have to figure out yourself. Because just posting that in your world is going to be such a mismatch with what you've been doing. And you're going to want to change things either way. So once you get the bare bones, you can build up around it. I don't play survival. You don't have to play survival to build. Look at what I'm doing. That's the whole thing. Just make something up. It could even just be a floor. You'll be fine. I won't paste it into my world. Why do you want the schematic then? Why do you want the schematic then? That's like saying, I want a car, but I'm not going to ride it. I'm not going to drive it. Exit the backstreet you want it mod file. I mean, you're allowed to share it, but I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it. Don't like the ponder ID. I would need your. You've gone over that. Considering using, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would consider using it. That's like, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't see the use, I guess. I tried building a block by block, watching her streams in the watch channel. Dude, is it? Yeah, I know. You'll get the arena once the game is done. That's all I can say for now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's a good arch. Actually, a good arch. And then just to clean up the walls a little bit, we're gonna put in some tunnels. Oh, can't put a tunnel over there. Makes sense. Can't put a tunnel over there. The thing is, my sub will only. I mean, Rachel's in here a bunch of times. You'll get another sub once. You'll get another sub. That's for sure. One day. Don't worry about that. We've got Rachel. Rachel will happily sacrifice her payday for the enjoyment of others. Okay, so that is something. I like this side already. So this is pretty much, I feel like I don't really need anything else on this side. Maybe I'll spruce up this roof once it's in. Still like a little. Give it a little touch up. Over here we'll just put in like a bigger window here. Maybe we'll make it 3 wide. And then some smaller ones at the top. Just frame out that thing. It's good. I do want a retaining wall that goes around. But do you want the thing about publishing game rules stop? There's some new cards. Again, that will happen once I play tested the game. If I've play tested the game, we'll take a look at it. Let's do 5. And that will just... that'll be our entrance. That will be your entrance. The new... Yes, but Trollesh got busy. Which is fine. He can be busy whenever he wants to. He can be busy whenever he wants to be busy. Now, stuff happens. Yeah. Things happen. It's fine. Okay, then we'll get some small... Ooh, you know what we could do? Instead of using small bricks, we could use some industrial plating. There we go. Will it be like TCG? We'll maybe boss battle? I don't know. That's like questions for like the future. I don't know what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. It'll probably be like a chili or something, but I don't know what I'm eating tomorrow, so I don't know how to answer your question. I don't know. Be back after dinner. You're good. You good. What's a good fence? There was one that I liked. I think it's either Twilight or... I think it's Twilight. Yeah. So it's either this one. Got that link in it. And then this one is kind of the same, but it's just like a bit squarish. I kind of like that one better. This is also just gonna help help break his shape up a little bit of the buildings, because it's like another layer of depth that you add to the whole compound, I guess, is what you would say. Just kind of hides some of the imperfections in your build. Bump, 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 bump. There we go. And then we'll do the little ceiling, not ceiling trick. What's... Dude, my brain, this entire weekend, my brain has been nothing but just mush. Nothing functional has come out of my brain in 24 hours. And I don't know what it is. I think I need some more sleep. That might be it. Who sleeps these days? Who sleeps these days? Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. Imagine having a sleep schedule. I know that's not a healthy thing to say, but on the other hand, I'm also not that great about like sleeping, going to bed. Sleep sounds fake. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm the kind of person that kind of sleeps when he's tired, and I don't get tired very often. I don't know why. I think it's time to start getting the actual roof in, because I don't know where windows end, windows start. But this looks pretty nifty for now. Like, if you know what we started with, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then I need some slabs. I need some slabs. Did that real quick. That's good. And then I did notice that this guy also was floating. So we'll fix that with some of you. There we go. We'll fill that in later. Good. Roof. Don't know if I like that, but we'll only really notice that. Corner. Oh, also stairs. Stairs are a thing. I know we don't always believe they are, but they are a thing. Boom. Dude, I've been listening to Bo Burnham again lately. He's actually, that's pretty good music. His last stuff was a bit like a bit existential in a way, but overall, it's a good listen. Overall, it's a good listen. Okay, so here's my problem with this, right? That's a big roof. It's a big roof. It's a lot of red. So we're gonna add a little more red in it. This is not gonna stay red though. We're just gonna add a little like a vent. Not even a window. Just this. And in like a second you're gonna see what difference this makes. There we go. I need some slabs. And we are going to continue this in here. This is not only going to help up break that roof a little bit, as you can see, it's also just helping break up that red color. technically get rid of all of these. Can't really do anything over here though. Gonna get that stair back in. Ooh, what I could do is do something like that. Which is just gonna raise that corner a little bit. Yeah, that's good. I like. We should decide where our chimneys are gonna go first before we get all the like weird windows in. This roof makes sense for chimneys, in my opinion. So, doing it. Just gonna get a line in. And let's do here on this line as well. And then we're just gonna sprinkle them in. I have one sitting right there. One sitting right there. Something like that. Go. Industrial plating on all of them. There we go. Oh, I saw MrBeardstone's video, and apparently there's a port out for the Steam and Rails. We can have smokestacks again. Chat. I don't even care about the train stuff, but we can have smokestacks again. Imagine the beautiful chimneys of our city smoking. Like hardcore chain smoking. That's good. I like those. So that I'm excited, dude. You have no idea. You have no idea. This is also a problem I'm having lately. Just half of a roof. Let's work on that one now. No, let's finish this one up first, because otherwise I'm going nowhere today. You're using red nether bricks? Well, no. They're small netherrack bricks. They're from Design and Decor. So, you know how Create has those block variants of like dripstone and andesite? Right? Design and Decor, which is this tab over here, adds the same variants, but for like for mud, for amethyst crystals and stuff as well. So basalt has their variants, blackstone has their variants, and they're pretty good. I like them. They're what netherrack should have been, in my opinion, or at least what netherrack should have in game. I feel like netherrack needs a block variant. Or, you know? I feel like netherrack is underrepresented in the game. But nether farms are pretty tedious. Definitely if you're doing it in vanilla style, where you have to manually replant everything. Oh boy. No thank you. You can do that, but I won't. That's more, I don't like it. Boy. Boy. got my greenhouse, so I have a contraption harvesting. It takes so long to grow. Yeah, they're not that optimal. Like, they're not that up. Can you not make nether wart? Can you not make that any other way? Because technically, you can make a nether wart, like a crimson wood farm, and then just crush these to get nether wart, which is going to be way faster. But then you do have to have the bone meal to do it, and the mycelium, the crimson mycelium. Where is it? Nylium. That's the thing. That's what I would have done, at least. Although no, I would have made a bone meal farm. Any other person out there. But if you want it fast, that's the way to do it, I think. It is gonna be loud, and you are gonna have to dupe TNT. Or manually. No, you don't have to, because you got the saw. You don't have to. You can literally just make a crimson farm. Crimson wood farm. Yeah, and then you just crush all the netherwort blocks. I'm still here. Welcome in, still here. How are you doing? I'm Eggs. It's been a while since I made that joke. I had to think about it. This time it didn't come naturally to me. Has indeed been a while. Yeah, people who've been here for a while know that they have to be careful with saying I'm back. Because I tend to make stupid jokes about it. There's another thing I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about doing another IRL stream. Is that what we're calling them these days? But another like walking around stream, but in a different city. I don't know. I don't know what time is the best, because last time we did it at like 10, because I wanted to go to the book market, but it wasn't open. I don't know what time it would be best. Streaming it at the same time I'm streaming right now is not a viable option, because you know, like trains and stuff. I don't want to get home at like midnight. But also, what would we like to see? What would we like to see is also a question that we have to ask ourselves. Do you have Twitch stats like YouTube, like viewer origin and all? Yeah, I do. They're all over the place. Price shop 100%. I would. but also I've been doing so well. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. There's no way to go to the fry shop and not overeat. Because around the eating hours or nice hour in the country that watches your most is ideal. I know, that's the problem. It's all over the place. There's no like set standard time zone that works best. And I think that's because it's such a small community that just Twitch doesn't know what to do with it. You know? To show us? Maybe. I don't like showing stats because that makes it look like I care about them. I don't. I really don't. I think that is gonna be enough for that wall. I feel like maybe we put like a little bit of like an awning on this, but that looks good. If you go in the early evening, afternoon, it would be normal hour for US EU people. I know. And that's good, but I've also got a couple of people that are from India. I've got a couple of people that are from Australia sometimes coming in. And so it's hard to do like, you know. I would also have to figure, like, I don't want to just go walk around and do nothing, right? I would want to go around and at least visit something. So I would have to look into either doing contact, like getting into contact with something like an organization or something to make sure that we can film in there. Because I hate it when people just go into some of the stuff and then they go like, oh, I didn't know I couldn't film there. Yeah, but you also didn't ask. It's a pet peeve. It's very much a pet peeve of mine. But I think it's like, that's basic politeness, you know? I should play through. You know, one day, if we ever do a charity stream, that would be a banger charity stream. As long as we get a cow that is healthy and it's not an invasive thing, that would be a banger stream. Believe me. What about go somewhere and get a fancier beer and then show the architecture of the building around there? Yeah, we could do that, but then every beer is kind of fancy by people's standards, because we like being posh about our beers here in the good old land of Belgium. A friend reservation said chicken stick bingo. Yeah, we have this tradition. It doesn't happen as often anymore these days, but back in the day, a lot of charity events from like local communities would be grab a big field, usually of an old football pitch, divide it up in squares, usually like a square meter, right? And then put a cow on it, and then everyone can bet on where the cow will shit. So you would go like, oh, 5 euros on F10. And then you just have a beer and look at the cow. So that would be a banger stream, you could have like a top-down shot setup of like the football pitch, and just have a cow on it, and then have people donate to charity. Could do it with Minecraft. I know you could do it with a chicken in Minecraft. I kind of did it on the server, like on the last little leg of the server. It's not a shame, you know. It would be so much better in real life. I'm debating on how to kind of hide this, but also I kind of like it being exposed. I kind of like the little redstone lights. I think I might just leave it. I think I might just leave it. I find it sad that you were just starting on your main base. The end. Oh, I knew it was never gonna get finished. I got stuck in a hole way too long. Gonna head out, have fun, have a great rest of your evening, day, or morning, whatever, and I hope you have a great week next week as well. Cause the weekend's almost over, people. We gotta get up and hustle again tomorrow. Gotta get up and hustle again. Get the flat roofs in. Those are easy enough before we start doing all the arches. How many channel points does everyone have? I don't know. That's something I can't see. At least I don't think I can see it. I've never even tried. Okay, that, then we'll kind of keep going with these. Boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'll return later. You're good. I am happy being second monitor content. That's the best type of content there is. That's the best. Okay, there we go. That's another thing that I see a lot of people go like, oh, lurking is bad, lurking this, lurking that. And it's usually not streamers. I feel like streamers understand the fact that lurkers are your backbone. Without the lurkers in your chat, you're nothing. And so I don't know why people always shit on them. I can see from like a business standpoint, like from Twitch's standpoint, they might not be the most profitable, but Twitch without its lurkers wouldn't be Twitch, or streaming without lurkers wouldn't be streaming, I should say, because it's not just Twitch, it's the same on YouTube. I think YouTube has the same on that end, YouTube has a pretty similar similar vibe. Honestly, probably even more lurkers on YouTube than on Twitch. I don't know. I find it funny when people go, you gotta stop lurking. No, people need to keep lurking. I want all the lurkers. Let's do something along those lines. Have that come back in here. Good. Dude, these are huge. I might have to break them up with a bit of fanage. It's too much roof. It's not enough cover, like decoration. There's not enough decoration going on here. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Okay. So that's good. I like this side. It's just that this side is pretty bare. I feel like what we could do is have this maybe come out a little bit. It's gonna help it break up a little bit on this side. We're not going to do anything fancy in here. We're just going to do... Well, we're going to do fans, but not fancy things. What would be great is I could have spaces that are 3 wide. So maybe we make it even bigger. And then we can do what we do usually on the vertical, we will do on the horizontal here. Just have these sit in here. And those are just gonna be big old fans, which, you know, that helps already. It's just right there a little bare. But I kind of want to... We have those sideways struts, right? So what if I grab you and we go boom. Just like different angles. Just help them support. Some support. Yeah, see that? I like. From this end as well. Yeah, not the worst. Not the worst. Let's grab you. Boom. I don't know if I'm gonna... Ooh, we could do fans. Let me sec. Could make this like a functional thing. Windmill. Windmill. What are they called? Sheets. Sails. I don't know why, but YouTube has been putting One Direction back in my playlist. I don't know why. I haven't, like, it's not like I ever listened to them, but suddenly they're all over my autoplay again. Could do something like that. We could also put them sideways, which I think would look better. Yeah. Yep. I'm not gonna make it spin for now. We'll do that later. And then I probably want to encase them entirely. Just to make them feel like they're turbines in a case. There we go. That's good. And then over here we'll do some simple windowage. Oh, maybe not here. I mean, no, don't care. We can do some windowage here. Just have to put in the windows. Simple windowage. Same over here. Just nothing fancy. Enough to see the factory on the inside. And then over here, I don't know where. Maybe we'll go from the inside. Make more sense. So you have that. Well, we can put some smaller ones in here. I don't know what to do with this wall though. It's so bare. It's so bare. Nope. Got to go like that. So that is gonna help us a little bit. We have the upper floor here, right? So we can get those windows in all along, because you know factory buildings have a lot of windows on them. Maybe we, I don't know. Wand. What's behind here? It's a whole lot of factory. That's what it is. It's a whole lot of factory. The society. Ash place. Light. Blue. Wall there. You don't notice at all. Let's do something like this. We do need to get some pipes as well. We need to lay some pipe. I'll do it again. No, I don't care for any of these. Just gonna do that. That's gonna be it, I think. I don't think there's very much more options to do with that. I'll get some copper pipes in there. Maybe that'll help break up the flatness of it all, but we'll have to just kind of experiment, I think. Like we'll definitely like put in a pipe over here. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with that. I think we'll get some classic, just simple windows in here. Oh, small things. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for like wall space, like window spaces. Don't think I need more windows. Maybe some in here, but that's gonna depend on how that roof turns out. So carry me home. Dude, Blink 182. It's kind of good. I'll say it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If only, you know, if only I was there. I don't know if I would want to see them now. I don't know. Are they? I know they're still performing, or they're performing again, I should say. Are they any good? Because, you know, age does things with your body that you usually wouldn't think about. But maybe they are not going as heavy anymore. I don't know. Haven't seen a live performance of them in a while. I know bands like Sum 41 and stuff, they're retired because of a reason, you know? Or they're retiring because of a reason. I don't know if they're already retired. I know they've announced retirement. I don't know if that's already happened though. It ain't so. Okay, we need to get this roof in first. Otherwise, things are not going to go well. To try and match these up. What time is it? We've got work tomorrow, so we can't go too long. Yesterday ended up being a longer stream, I think. I don't know if it was a longer stream. I know I kept recording for a long time afterwards, though. I got almost the entire factory done. Which, you know, it's not the biggest factory, but I still need to collect all the materials, so that's something I had to do as well. Plus, my computer, like my world crashed. I wouldn't say computer because it's not on a computer. My world crashed, and it just, you know, messed up the entire thing. I'm going to be a little cheeky. Just do that. And over here we can do that. That. And I lost a lot of progress, so I had to redo like all the item collecting. You know what we need over here? I just figured it out. We'll figure it out. Somebody told me. Yeah, see that? Just making the distinction between those two layers. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Where was I on the roof? Oh, on this side. On this side. Next week, Saturday, is probably not going to be a stream day because I'm going on a little bit of a day trip somewhere. So it depends on how early I get back. That also means that I'm going to have to do a hell of a recording stretch. Maybe I ease up on... I don't know. It'll depend on how early I get this video out. Maybe I push this video to next week. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. Okay. That matches up kind of perfectly. So don't actually need this, and I don't actually need these. Okay. Now we keep going. Oh boy, my bad. With our little pattern. toe's itchy. My toe is itchy. Nothing worse than having an itchy toe. Because it's kind of weird to scratch your toes in public. So you do that weird thing in your shoe where you like scratch your toe with the inside of your shoe, and then it just looks like you're wiggling your toes. Is that just a me thing? That might just be me thing. That might just be a me thing. That's like pretty good actually. I like that. It's not too much red compared to the rest of the building. Okay. We're almost done with the roofs. And from that point on, it's going to go really fast, because then it's just windows getting some of the decoration in. So the roofs are always a bit finicky. Oh, why? What's happening with my disk space? I haven't recorded that much, have I? Oh, all of the old recordings are shown on the computer. Well, let's get rid of those. Wait. Why is everything breaking today? I don't know why. Oh no. That's not good. Chat. My keycap split off. Like the stand on my keycap split. Damn it, I'm gonna have to buy a new keyboard now. Imagine having to buy a new keyboard. That'll do for now. Imagine having to buy a new keyboard because yours broke. I think that's... I want the same layout. I kind of like the switches, but they're a bit too loud for what I want, so I might have to go with something quieter. But I do like the full layout. Are there any keyboard people in chat? Are any like keyboard nerds? Because I know the keyboard nerds are. Those are the real nerds. In the best way possible, you know? Like, all the power to them. All the power to them. Right now, I think they're cherry reds or browns. I think this keyboard is old, by the way. You know, I know cherry is getting flagged right now. They're not not the best key switches they're out there. But also, this is an old boy. He's an old one. He's done his years of service. So maybe it's time for an upgrade. I don't want to go like I don't want to pay like hundreds of dollars on a keyboard. A good $80. Something in the middle over there. Would be good if it was Corsair. I like those. I'll have a little look-see at after stream. I'll have a little look at new keyboards after stream. While we render out some of the replay footage that I've taken today. Oh, you know what would be good here? Can I get 5x5s? I can. It's kind of weird that they're right next to each other. Except if I do that, and then we can separate them by 2. Which kind of work. Do the same on the other side, but maybe not a 3 by not like 2 of them. I want to get some more brass in here as like a decoration, like we have on that tower. And in my opinion, the best way to do that is by doing this. Indent them slightly, then get a flywheel in there. But I think 2 might be a bit too much. They might also look like eyes, which I want to avoid. Is 2 too much? I think it is. I think it is. What if we go center, like the center? But that's gonna be center, and I don't like that either. Ooh, what if we do like a because it's also even in the center, which also doesn't really work that well. What if chat? That's the center, right? Yes. Then we go 2 out on each side. And we go behind here. And then we have not these, but we grab some of the other brass stuff and we make like a little decorational mural almost. You know? What other brass stuff would work here? Oh, we also have the copycat gears that usually are pretty good. Brass, and then if you combine that with brass sheet, because that's the same like bright brassy kind of vibe. We can do something like that. Get 2 smaller gears in here. Maybe like a bigger gear over there. You know what? That's not the worst. I've done worse. I've done worse. Believe me. I want to see if I can maybe get these like. Yeah. That's fine. Ba-da-ba-bum. Okay, I am gonna cut the corners here. And then we're gonna go copycat slab here. Just so it's not too high. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-ba-dum. Okay, now we fill the roof back in. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-ba-dum. Okay, let's at least get these done. My voice is starting to go again, and it's getting annoying. Yeah, that's good. I like it. It's a bit of a display of wealth. Bit of a display of wealth, which we like. We like displays of wealth in this world. Dude, this is. Oh, I don't know, dude. Yeah, that will have to do. Those will have to do. They kind of look like eyes, but they're fine. They're fine. I can live with them. So just gonna make it easier for me to place some more blocks over here. Alrighty. Memories. Child of mine. Sweet child. Okay, that's the last little bit of roof I want in there. We do want to get some more chimneys on here. Got the big ones, we got the small ones, but I kind of want to have like some sticky outy chimneys over here. That's good. Then we'll do some pipes as well. Some good old-fashioned copper pipes. Which we can do with some yew and then some waxed, weathered copper. There. We'll do a copper line running along here. I know we have that copper line, but I don't know, I kind of like it being over here. Being another one. Having another one over here. There we go. That's just gonna make those look a little bit more interesting. And then we can do the same over here. Just have like a drain pipe almost. Just gonna make sure we're not pumping into like any pipes behind the wall here. Otherwise, we're gonna get some leaks. Okay. Maybe we'll have one more. Just kind of there. I think we're at a point where we can do, where we can put in some texture in the walls. And I kind of want these to fit together, so I'm probably going to take the same texture notes. So we're going to do a lot of the smooth stone. And then maybe instead of cut dolomite, we do something else. Maybe do like a cut diorite. Do I want to do sanded? I've done a roded. I want to do sanded. Smooth stone. I'll do rounded smooth stone bricks for this one. Where you at? All right. Yeah, it kind of works. Slash wand. Go from here all the way over. Here, slash place light blue wool with 60% chipped, eroded, smooth stone, 20%. No, let's do 30%. Oh, that's gonna be a lot. Let's do 20, 50, 30% chipped, rounded smooth stone bricks, and then 20%. Yes, 20%. Create cut diorite. Yeah, that kind of works. And then this is going to be the same texture as this, so we're going to do slash replace red wool. Oh, oh, no. Yeah. Oh. Chat. I made a mistake. I've made a great lapse of judgment. Oh God. Alright. Oh God. Before anything lags out my world too much, I'm just gonna do... You're gonna have a little stroll around. All circles. We've got so many circles in Minecraft. How do you define card rarities? Right now, they're tags. So I just added to a tag. A lot of it is now done with the strength of the card, right? Is it or at least the cost that it takes to play the card. How do I define which one's rarer? Well, right now it's through the tags, right? So we've got a tag for common cards, we've got a tag for uncommon cards, we've got a tag for rare cards, and so on and so on. Oh, why are you not going? And so if I add a card to the common tag, it's gonna be way more. It's gonna be generated more than the other one. Right now, it's the cost that it's been played at, or that it takes for you to play it. So the faith of a card. But then again, we can also always change that. Like if you make shinies, we can make another. We can add them to whatever tag we want them to be. Something went wrong here, and yeah, this guy is not running because this guy got turned off. Okay, here we go. The limit should be 12 or 16. 10 is not. Yeah, but 10 is kind of the base of like most TCGs. That's something I need to test out while we play. I don't know. It's right now it's not defined as a real, like it has to be 10 or it can't be 10, whatever. That's something we'll have to figure out. It's not that we need it to be a Minecraft number, you know? At this point, I don't care about Minecraft numbers. I know stack sizes are 16 or 64 or whatever, but also, I don't care. I can do whatever I want. Okay, I'm just gonna clean up a little bit because I made a mistake. Did you add cards? No, I haven't added any more cards. I haven't really had the time to think about them. How many is there? There's about 88 at the moment. It's about 88, if I remember correctly. So from the rules I saw, you can only attach three machines. You can do three machines per thing, per follower. Is there only machines you can attach? Yes. You can't. An invocation is not attached to like a follower. Invocations or edicts or relics are played on their own. Would you add any more card types? I don't think we need more card types. I think we just need more cards, so that we have more variation in the deck. I don't think we need more card types. I don't think that's an issue. 5 card types is already a lot. Then again, nothing. It's never not like, you know, it's never not possible. Okay, let's do some windows and some other decorations. That I'm sure I can also get you. Oh, did I glue the other ones together? I don't think I did. Need to do that. Before I take the schematic. Okay, and then event wise, I'm gonna go here. Where else? Do a little vent here. We're gonna put windows in here. Okay, I think that's about that, and then we're going to get some create industrial windows to do the simple ones. Go get these as well. I do like the idea of making like card sets so that when we do like an event within the world, we can add cards based on that event. You know, I do like that idea. What that would look like, or what that would feel like as like a release, I guess. I don't know, but it's very possible to do. And I have it set up so that we wouldn't have to spend much time to do it. Okay, so those, and then we'll put the same ones in here. I know it's a lot of window, but also it is a factory building, so we want lots of light coming in. So those, and then I likely want to do similar color glass as this one, mostly because we can. Do that. Arched light blue stained glass as well, so that we can get these in. They were the same. There we go. And I think the moment we've got the windows in is the point where I decide if I like it or not. But I like decide if I like the final product, at least. I know it's not going to be done at that point. We're still going to have to do a lot of, like, I don't know, editing of, like, little problems that I keep figuring out, but at least by then the major colors are in. There we go. And then over here we'll do mostly because there's a lack of bay windows in this world. You, and then we need some scaffolding. Okay, I think I got them all. I don't think I have any more major windows in here. We are going to hit these with a little overhang, because they're the fancy ones. And then a little bit of you with a little bit of you is going to act as a little windowsill, kind of framing those in as well. Mostly getting rid of that straight edge between the block and the build. I like it. I like that this is a bit more of a grimy building. You know, kind of hiding the white one. And then we just gotta kind of just do that. Then do a sneaky this. Boom. Change this one out so it's that. Doctrine cards would attach to followers and influence their actions. Playing one would grant effects +1. Yeah, but certain machine cards already give +1 damage or +1 attack. Certain machines already do that. Also, edicts kind of do that as well. You know, you don't have to play machines. You don't have to play edicts. You can. Can be part of your strategy. But again, that's all gonna be decided after we do all the test playing. Because without test playing, all of this is speculative. None of this is set in stone. So before I decide on anything, I need to test. I think I like it. I think I like it a lot. Do invocations have conditions to be played? No, not yet. What do you mean by conditions? This is for instance, this is an invocation. So this has a condition. You have to have cards in your graveyard, otherwise you don't do damage. Right? But some of them are just... Okay, they do have conditions to be played. They have to be on the board before you activate them. So you put faith, right? In a relic has turns, right? It can only, like this one, can only last for 5 turns. So if I play it, that effect once per turn block an attack if it was modified by an effect, right? This effect starts immediately when it's played, because it's 5 turns. Whereas invocations, they don't have to be activated immediately. You can play these whenever you want, but you don't have to activate them immediately. The effect can be played whenever you want, but it has to be there. Right? So in the rules it states you can play up to 2 cards per round. You have... Also, I'll have to wait to track the 5 turns or Alex goes. That's... Players have to keep track of it themselves. There's otherwise we would have to have counters on these at all times, and that would make this feel too bulky, too mechanical. But yeah, so if you want to, let's say, cancel an enemy's active effect, if you want to do that, the card has to be there already. And then when an effect activates on your player's turn, you can activate it whenever. So we can count turns. I mean, you go back and forward, right? Every time it comes to you, you know it's a new turn. But that's, again, all going to be figured out when we test play it. Otherwise, it's all speculative. I think we're ready with this. Oh, no, I have one more thing that I want to do. That I noticed in a little bit. Turn counter? I don't know. Pokemon doesn't have a turn counter. Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have a turn counter. Or at least not that I remember there. Not that I remember. Yeah, that wall's pretty bare, but I'm thinking of putting like either an alleyway or a building next to it, so it should be fine. Also, on what turn do you start? Right? Is it always the red side that starts? Is it always... I was going coin flip. But then it's mechanically hard to do. Ah, no, that's all for test play. That's all for test play. I am not gonna think about all of that for now. That's gonna be... make it too small. And then we need to find a plank or a log that fits that door type. It's not perfect, but it'll work. Also, I'm gonna lower that other door because it's too tall. Okay, I think we're ready for to put this in a world. Also, what time is it? We're going for 2:30. I do have the meal prep still, so I'm tempted to call it a day. Or at least call it a stream. Ritual cards would activate only under specific board conditions. That... oh, no. No, because then you're just doing the same that Invocation and Relics do. But combined, and I don't like that idea. Sounds like a too powerful of a card, you know? Because then at what point does it matter to play a Relic or an Invocation? Streaming now? Not directly. Just we can chat a little bit, but it won't be long anymore. Won't be long. Mostly looking at my checklist, seeing if don't know. There's nothing else to do on the build, not really, because I need to get the factory in first before I decide on anything else. Like in the world, I need to landscape a little bit, but that's only after the factory is built, so that's not really a thing that we're gonna do right now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I'm gonna start cooking. You know, I'm gonna end stream. I'm gonna start cooking. Custom artwork per card would be good. You didn't. Also, didn't you say you wanted to code the recipes in the card pack? Yeah, I do, but not today because I don't have time to do that today. I don't know. I might actually, because sometimes I've got a little bit of downtime during lunch at work, and that's something I do like to do at work, like during my downtime. Or when I'm like eating dinner, that's also a good time to do. I don't have a lot of time off. I'm realizing right now. I don't like doing nothing, and eating is like, if eating feels like doing nothing, you know. So I like doing stuff while I'm eating. But that's all for if I ever have more time. That being said, I'm gonna end stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the raids that came in. I'll be back on Thursday. I'll see if I can get this video done, but with all the computer troubles that I've had yesterday and the day before that, I don't know if I could. Maybe it'll be like a shorter one. We'll see. I'll see you all back on Thursday, and yeah, thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.